been your role this spring? Are you sticking strictly at night?
No, I've been playing nickel.
How's that going?
It's good. It's good. I'm having fun.
What do you? When did they approach you about potentially moving to that role for this season?
It was a sorry, keep going.
Go ahead.
My bad. Sorry, I was a lot of breath. You can keep going. Finish your question.
When did they approach you about that role, and what was your initial reaction to it?
I'm excited about it. Yeah, I mean, I think I have the athletic ability to do it. I played a little bit of it in my old school at UNI. It's a fun position. You get to fly around, play in space a lot. It was just a conversation after the season ended. You know, I just trying to maximize my ability on the field, and that's what I'm trying to do. So.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, definitely.
When you watched JoJo during the season, you didn't know that you might play that position, but when you were watching him a little bit, like, what was your impression of what he did really well, and then?
He understands. He's a bigger guy, but he understands how to play man-to-man, especially in space, on tight ends, on number 2 receivers. Like that's kind of the biggest thing for big guys that have to play out in the box, like figuring out how to use leverage outside the box and man-to-man. I think he does that really well. And he also uses physicality a lot when he got in the box, especially off the edge, using his big body to be physical on the edge. So it's a good thing to have him come before me. I see it as a good thing because I get to go watch his film and kind of see what he did really well and kind of look at and trying to do some of the things he did. So.
Now, he was a safety who came down to that position. You're an inside linebacker going out. So I'm guessing the run part of it is something you're pretty comfortable with. What are the run responsibilities in that role?
It's a lot of things in the flat. So it's a lot of setting the edge, or if there's some things that go to the boundary, then I have to fill into the box. But a lot of it is on the edge. Setting the edge and making sure that the play can't go outside. It's a lot of that kind of stuff, and a lot of like backside filling, where you just use your speed to run down plays, that kind of stuff.
Is what you're doing now closer to what you did at Northern Iowa, or like which is
well,
more?
I played Mike Will and nickel. I never actually played nickel in a game, but because of the COVID year.
Yeah.
But that's where I was practicing going into that year, like in camp and everything, and then it got canceled. But so I played all 3. I've had experience all 3. Just not enough. I played Mike and Will in games.
Got it.
So
Chris, you mentioned playing in Northern Iowa. Obviously, Omar is a transfer from Northern Iowa.
Yeah.
You obviously had a lot of experience with him. So just speak about kind of like him as a teammate and how that kind of transferred from what you see in Northern Iowa team now.
Yeah, that's my guy. He just moved in with me like a couple months ago when he got here. That's my guy. He when he got to UNI, he was a freshman, and I remember I think I had been there for 3 or 4 years then, probably 3. And he came in and he took the job like right away. He was a true freshman. Got there in camp and just came in and took it. Like we had a starter there, and he came in and took that job at corner. He's just an all-around dude that's gonna show up and come and take a job, and not just. I mean, he's gonna come make plays, and that's what he does. So I'm excited to come watch him play here.
What type of advice have you given him about making that transition after you made it yourself?
It's the same thing. It's just football. It's just coming and doing your thing. Keep, really at the end of the day, it's pretty like athletically, dudes are pretty similar. It's just coming in and figuring out the playbook and knowing it. When you get on that field, you got to know the playbook. You can't be figuring it out while you're on the field. You got to know it. And it's a lot of the same similar things that we ran at UNI. It's a lot of the same similar concepts that we did. So he already knows a lot of it. But it's just knowing it when you get on that field and getting ready to go make plays, instead of just like when you get here as a transfer, you can't get here and kind of figure it out while you're getting here. So you got to get here and know the playbook and get here and make plays when you get on the field. So.
I think there was 5 4-year starters who left the program after last season. What is it like with no JoJo, no Cam, no Ben, no Markel, no Deontay? What's it been like?
It's different for sure. I noticed that. It's just a lot of new faces, in a lot of different places, and I think it's exciting to see who's going to step up, who's going to make plays. I think it's exciting to see the dudes that are new making plays, because you don't really know. We haven't really seen those guys play as much. Obviously, with the 4-year guys, you kind of knew what kind of plays they could make. You see them do on the field before, but it's exciting when you see new dudes coming in and making plays. I think it's fun to see. So it is different for sure, but I think it's exciting.
Who are the dudes that are jumping out to you?
Man, I don't want to say a name and then like have it get put in the press, and I don't want to be that guy. I just think everybody's doing a really good job. Everybody's hustling right now. Everybody's grinding, doing their best to learn the playbook as fast as they can, and coming on the field and making plays.
What kind of challenge is that for the guys on the defensive line, though? Because there's a lot of production that left that group in particular to try to get used to playing in the Big Ten.
There definitely was a lot of guys that left on the D line, but I think they're doing a really good job right now. you know, obviously got Nelly back. We got D-Jax. He's not practicing right now. We got some guys back on the D-line that have experience, and they're going to kind of bring those young guys along. And we got some young guys that can really play. They just got to get a little more experience, and that's what this is for. So,
what's been the hardest thing about learning coverage since you moved out to nickel?
The hardest thing about learning coverage, I think I just I haven't really, in game situations, I haven't had to cover a number 2 receiver in the slot that much. And that's something that I've been doing a lot in practice and working on. I've been working on it. I worked on it in the off season. I knew I was going to be playing nickel, and I feel comfortable with it now. Actually, it's not too bad. I feel really comfortable with it. But that's definitely. I think that's just something that I hadn't had to do a whole lot before in game situations.
So what's it like covering Omar Manning?
It's good. I mean, we get a little chippy sometimes, but yeah, it's I like it. It's fun. It's fun to cover him. It's fun to cover him and all those guys. Yeah.
So Chris, from a leadership perspective, like you said, you lost a lot of guys. How have you stepped up as a leader, either vocally or just at your play?
I think my role, I try and build relationship with guys and kind of help guys along, especially the younger guys. Help them with, because obviously this is my 6th year doing this. I think it'd be a disservice for me to not share the things that I've learned, because you do, like with college football, that's how you learn, that's how you get better, is just doing it, and like it's helpful to have older guys that kind of get some of the little things that you got to do, and kind of like push guys along that need a little help, or you know, you see something that somebody's doing that he could use a little help with. So I think my role is just kind of helping guys, because I just have all that experience that I can just help guys with little things.
What's it like being the old guy in the nickel room, but then like Isaac and Buddha, like they played that role last year, so yeah. What's that sort of, have you learned from them or they're learning from you?
Yeah, it's good. I think, like, as far as scheme, I learned from them for sure. Yeah. It's good to have people that have been in that position and kind of understand how things work and like little things. I don't know. I just like there's just a lot of little things. I know, like, the big picture, what to do in every play and every scheme and stuff, but it's just little things that I can do a little better with my feet or with my leverage and stuff. And so it's good to have guys that have done it and kind of can help me out with that. So it's good.
So playing nickel, that means you've got Chenander as sort of like your position coach.
Yep.
What's that been like?
It's awesome. Yeah, I love Chance. He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a really good coach.
You mentioned kind of in the off season, knowing that you'd be making this transition. Did you have to train differently in the off season as well?
I didn't train a ton different. I think just in football in general, I think number one most important thing is speed. Being as big as you possibly can, but also as fast as you can, and whatever that is getting your body to that point. You know, it's not training differently. It's just I think, like, as far as physically, I did some more things in cover. I worked on, like, some things in coverage with some guys outside of, you know, team workouts. But as far as, like, physical training, I did some pretty similar things I did last year. Yeah.
How the quarterbacks look?
They're good, man. They're good. I'm excited to see that competition. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
What have you seen so far out of the 5 of them?
I think they're all competing. They're all doing well.
Did you watch any of the guys in the combine this past week?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that word. I said okay. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Anyway, yes, I did. It was awesome to see. It's so cool. It's literally just watching guys live their dreams on TV. It's amazing to watch. It's so cool. And those are guys that you're friends. Cam's my roommate. JoJo's my good friend. All those guys are my friends, and it's really awesome to see that those dudes just living their dreams on TV. It's amazing. So
Cam, he's obviously a confident guy. Yeah. Did 4.38. Did that surprise you at all that he ran that fast?
No, he's a freaky athlete. He's a freaky, explosive athlete. That didn't surprise me. No.
You had a really big testing spring last year. Did you guys test in the same way this spring as you did?
No, I think because we started spring ball really early this year, so I just think we kind of did like a shortened winter workouts. So we didn't get to that this year. I don't know if we'll do it in the summer or not, because obviously the summer will be extended because we started spring ball early. So maybe we'll do it in the summer, but I just think we didn't have that amount of time that we had last spring. So.
Because you might have touched on it, but like as far as working on the pass rush, like their pass cover skills, what was like the biggest challenge for you? Was it like footwork or?
It's just figuring out how to use how to play, because it's just a different amount of space out there. Whereas like Will is a lot of similar responsibilities as far as pass drops, playing linebacker, but it's just a different. That's in the boundary, right, and the nickels to the field. So it's just like a lot more space out there. So it's just feeling out that space, and I can cover it. It's just feeling out that amount of space to the field side as compared to the boundary. So it's really just getting a feel for it, I think.
When you were working on that cover stuff over the offseason, who were the guys from the team that you grabbed and said, hey, come work on this?
I worked with Fedoni a lot. Yeah.
So how did you see his progression over the offseason? Because he's another guy.
He's going to be really good. Fedoni's going to be really good. Yeah, I love working with him. He's somebody that he loves getting pushed. He loves getting pushed as a player. He works like crazy. He's always trying to get better, which I just love to see. I love to be around that as a guy that loves football and loves to work. I just love being around people that also like doing that, and he's one of those guys. So.